Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to an exclusive first look on the latest Thunder Warmaster monster, Babari. And so as usual, I want to give a huge thanks to Social Point. They have given me this monster, they have given me gems, food, and cells to rank this monster all the way up to level 130. But for the purpose of this video, I'm only going to level up this monster to level 100, so there's going to be a part 1 and a part 2. Part 2 I'll rank him up to rank 5, level 130, and the reason I like to do that is because let's be honest, most players probably won't be able to get this monster all the way fully ranked up. Most players will probably be able to unlock this monster, probably rank him up to rank 1 or 2, and so I like to showcase that. So let's see how powerful Babari is at level 100. And yes, I am going to do player versus player battles, but I need to lose those battles because it would be completely unfair for me to win with a monster that hasn't even been released to the general public. So first of all, let's start by looking at this monster's trait. He has the tough trait. Status effects have a 35% accuracy against his target. He has torture immunity to all allies, so unlike Zara, I believe this is going to be a permanent, your monsters can get hit with torture immunities, and there's also a status caster effect, 100% damage mirror to your whole entire team, so we'll talk a little more about that. And yeah, immune to all torture effects, burn, ignite, poison, bleed, nightmares, quicksand, drown, sunburn, shock, and nanovirus. It includes a whole lot of torture effects, so none of your allies will be able to get hit with any torture effects. And then that damage mirror, I guess we can talk about it right now. So the damage mirror is very interesting because even if you go second in the turn order, any damage you receive, you'll essentially reflect 100% of it back at the enemy. And when I first saw this monster, I commented that, hey, who knows, maybe you can use this monster at a low level, because when the enemy attacks a low level monster, they deal an insane amount of damage, but then you reflect all that damage back at the enemy. So could this monster be a killer at level 4? I don't know, I'm gonna level him up to level 4 and then we'll see. We'll do one battle in PvP and see how he fares, especially when we have weak teammates. I don't think it'll really work out that well just because, well, you're gonna get OTK'd, and as soon as this monster dies, I think, oh actually, you know what, you won't lose the damage mirror because that's an effect that'll stay on your old teammates. So I don't know, this is gonna be really fun to test out. And as for relics, this monster comes with a mask and an amulet. The amulet, as many of you know, for the majority of players, the healing amulet, great amulet to stay alive. It restores HP, it's very affordable. The mask, you can have masks that recover stamina, that drain enemy stamina, that give you more damage output, and this monster is more on the side of an attacker from what I recall, but we'll see all of that. So let's start leveling up this monster. Alright, and so this is actually the team I'm going to go with. I just want to see that damage mirror in effect. Actually, I don't even really need to do PvP. I could have probably tried out an adventure map, but what the heck, we're doing PvP. So here he is, Babari. Let's click fight, and let's speed that regular speed. So look at that, my monsters have 100% damage mirror. So Timiron can't do anything, so let's see what happens with Ruby. Ruby's going to attack, do lane odds, AoE, look at all that damage, 36k, and let's see, is it reflected? 10,000, so only 10,000 was reflected. Well, that's interesting. And then as for like, with a mountain monster, someone like a Gersis, even though the enemy outpaces me, even though they do a lot of attacks, that damage mirror really does come in handy because I'm just reflecting all that attack against the enemy monster. So maybe there's a way to utilize Babari at a low level, and even if not a low level, just think of the implications you have with this monster. If you're fighting a Voltic, a Xylo that have extra turn skills, you know, right now evasion isn't really, like, yes, it counters extra turn monsters, but at the same time, like the new AI system, those just recharge. If you put damage mirror, the AI isn't smart enough to not attack you. So essentially, if you set up something with tanky monsters and Babari, and a Voltic does static shocks, 20k volts, 50k volts, and just attacks you over and over and over again, they're going to keep you doing extra turns, and you're going to keep doing 100% damage return, 100% damage return, so that Voltic will essentially kill himself. And then of course that also applies for a monster like Prince Charmless. So there's some nifty ways to actually use his trait. Now it's not completely foolproof because of course with this monster, with the trait, you're still taking damage yourself. So it'll only really work if you can put him in a really tanky team with some really tanky teammates. Anyhow, let's just level him up and see more of his skills. Alright, so here we have his first 4 skills. False Synapses, 50% chance of applying blind to one enemy, 24 stamina cost, no cooldown, recall costs no stamina, has a 5 turn cooldown, it deals heavy thunder damage, so you never have to worry about stamina with this monster, with this skill specifically. Super high cooldown though, I don't understand why it's such a high cooldown. Request deals moderate thunder damage to one enemy, here we have a 12 stamina cost, no cooldown, handle hit, 50% chance of applying shock. Nothing really interesting from this skill group, so let's keep on going. Alright, here we go, some better skills. Chained attack deals moderate special damage to one enemy, it applies minor blind to one enemy, and that's a 25% accuracy reduction, and it also gives 1 extra turn to yourself. So you have an extra turn skill, 28 stamina cost, a pretty high 3 turn cooldown, Condensed Thunder deals moderate thunder damage to one enemy and applies shock. This skill costs 33 stamina, but is completely spammable, so cooldowns activated, can't do anything against you. Axing Chain removes positive effects from one enemy, applies blind to one enemy, deals moderate special damage to one enemy, and you give yourself an extra turn. So you have 2 extra turn skills, both of which have a 3 turn cooldown. Axing Chains cost 35 stamina. So just right now, I do like chained attacks because it does deal some kind of a negative effect to the enemy, because this isn't really a skill that's going to kill. It's just moderate special damage, and it's that blind, which is pretty cool, and again, the extra turn. And as for Axing Chain, I like this because it does remove positive effects from the enemy monster you target. So even if you're facing a monster that has evasion, doesn't matter. You can get rid of that evasion, you're gonna blind that enemy, you deal some damage, and then you give yourself an extra turn to do something else. And if you combo up chained attacks and axe chains, well, now the enemy, whoever you target, is gonna have blind and minor blind, so their accuracy is reduced quite a significant amount, which means their next attack is most likely going to miss. And then we have Summon Thunder. This skill deals very heavy special damage to an enemy. It has a high 40 stamina cost, but it is completely spammable. So right now this monster is looking to be a pretty powerful attacker. 2 extra turn skills that are special based, and a strong spammable attack. Alright, and let's talk about 2 more skills he has. One skill is called Condensed Thunder. This one deals heavy thunder damage to an enemy and applies shock to that enemy monster. And for those of you that don't remember, shock will deal X amount of damage over the course of 3 turns to the enemy monster, and it also prevents extra turn skills. So if you use this against a Voltic and it lands, his extra turn skills, he'll no longer be able to use it. Even if you use this against a Faraday, this actually blocks anticipation. So it does have its uses, 33 stamina cost, and it also is a spammable skill. As for Thunderstruck, this skill deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies, so it's your AoE, and it applies shock to all of the enemy monsters. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to run Thunderstruck, but I'm not necessarily saying it's the best skill to run on this monster when he's level 100. I kind of feel like this monster is more of your just run singles target skills, especially when this monster has spammable skills, and even that other skill, Recall, that has no stamina cost, meaning he always has a skill he can use in his arsenal. And so just to reiterate, at level 100, I believe this could potentially be his best skill set. Chained attacks, Axing Chains, Summon Thunder, and then your last and final skill, well, it's really up to you. You could run Thunderstruck like I'm running on my Babari, you could run Condensed Thunder, or if you want, you could run Recall, which is a 0 stamina skill that deals heavy thunder damage to an enemy monster. The choice is up to you. As you can see, the other skills, not really that great, so it really is going to come down to that. And so at level 100, how usable is this monster? Well, he has an extra turn skill that applies minor blind, he has another extra turn skill that removes positive effects and applies single blind, and then he has his strong, spammable, heavy damage special based attack. And then lastly, this monster has the option of applying shock to all of the enemy monsters on a 3 turn cooldown. It can apply shock to a single enemy monster that's a spammable skill, or he can just deal heavy thunder damage on a skill that costs no stamina. And what are his stats at level 100? His power is 3575, his life is quite tanky at 41319, and his speed is 3454. At level 100, what do you want to do with this monster? Well, he really is more in line of an attacker from what I can tell right now. Again, the 2 blind skills, their extra turn, they're not that powerful, but given the fact that he can attack twice and then finish off with a bang, or even with Thunderstruck, if he can deal enough damage to 2 enemy monsters and then potentially OTK them with Thunderstruck, that's pretty impressive. Or at the very least, he can apply shock, which deals low thunder damage and blocks extra turn skills. He can minor blind an enemy monster, blind another enemy monster, so he has some versatility there. Overall though, I would say skills wise, I am not that impressed. I think he's kind of lacking compared to other Warmasters. And the trait, I do love the torture immunity, so we're seeing this more and more. We saw it with Warmaster Zara. It does help for your tanky monsters to stay alive. But Babari himself, like, how do you kill this monster? You can't apply any DOT against him. You can't apply any DOTs to his team. So you might want to think about giving this monster a life rune to keep him alive. Or you might think about just making him extremely tanky and slow to keep that 100% damage reflection as long as possible. So I'm actually going to give mine a level 7. And then I'm probably going to give him strength and speed. So I'm going to rainbow build him. But I'm also wondering if you can potentially use this monster with a team of just tanks and just win with his 100% damage mirror reflection ability, his trait. So I'm going to try that right now actually. So actually I'm just going to go ahead and give him team life. And I'm wondering if this could be like one of the first monsters that you can run 3 team life just for the trait alone. Again, a lot of these Warmaster monsters, they could be utilized for their trait alone. Alright, so on that thought, this is a crazy idea I had. I'm basically just running life on my monsters, and I want to see if it actually works in a player versus player scenario, because I really do think it might. So I'm running these monsters. Let's just see what happens. Maybe I should remove those tenacity shields, but let's just do a battle and then I remove the tenacity shield and we'll do another battle. So let's go against an extra turn monster like a Charmless to see, because see, the AI isn't smart enough to not attack you. So unfortunately my monsters are too fast, so they're gonna lose that damage mirror. So that's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all. Let's 4 times speed this. So we'll recharge and we'll recharge. And oh wait, how long do they keep the damage mirror for? This might actually work how I wanted. That's why I needed to remove the tenacity shield. So wait, what's going on? Do they have a shield? Hat thrown, reflect. Okay, there it is. Look at it. Look at it in action. Reflect, sweaty blade, reflect. So look at that. I basically killed Charmless by doing nothing except keeping my monsters there. I put a healing amulet so you can recover HP. But yeah, that's essentially it. So the damage mirror lasts for 2 turns. That's awesome. That's awesome. So we're gonna recharge. We're gonna recharge. Yeah, now I lose the damage mirror. We're gonna recharge. Wow, this is fun. This is fun. This is awesome. Words won't save you. 14k. Reflect. 7,000. Why is it half though? So is it not 100% damage reflection? Right now it's 50, but it should be 100. I noticed that earlier too. Deals 100% of damage back to the attacker. Or maybe he had a shield on, and then when I actually get an attack in, that's when I can utilize my combos. So look at this. Minor blind. The minor blind missed. Well, let's just do a full blind. And he loses positive effect. Oh, he's immune to blind. Duh. Thanks to Elvira. We'll recharge. I could resurrect, but again, I'm not trying to... Well, I guess I'll resurrect for fun. So yeah, what do you guys think of that? The fact that just the trait alone has the potential to potentially win the game. I think that's kind of cool. Again, it mostly works in a PvP scenario. In an actual battle, I don't think you'd be as fortunate. I think you'd get yourself into some trouble. You'd definitely get yourself into some trouble. Let's do Coffin Lock. Let's do Etna, okay. Wait, if I survive, I can just resurrect. So we'll try to do that. Sinner, no rest for the wicked. Come back, and again, no DOTs. If my Babari would have been alive, there's no way that Sunburn would have landed. So let's do another battle. And let's be a little bit more smarter about who we actually face. Let's see. Trait disable. Ooh, a Barakor. Yeah, Barakor can deal lots of damage. Let's do this battle. Look at those. 2 level 10 strength runes. How would you win against a team like this? Well, maybe with 100% damage reflection, I might. Especially when they have that many attacks in the turn order. I gotta be ready to exit out because I don't want to win this battle. And again, because of that tenacity shield, I'm not reflecting any damage, but I needed to remove that tenacity, because keep in mind, you actually need to take damage to reflect damage. So with Barakor right here, he's gonna take some damage back. Oh, he took the full 45,000. So cool, it is 100% there. Stamina Void, he's gonna take 11,000. Bam! Isn't that beautiful? 100% damage reflection. Total exhaustion. Okay, no big deal. And I'm immobilized. Alright, no big deal, no big deal. Look at Barakor. I haven't even gotten a turn in, and he's already dying. Same for Faraday. Bestial Charge. Reflect that. 47. Bam! Bye-bye. Ruby Implosion. And nothing's gonna get reflected, because thanks to Tenacity Shield. Alright, attack me, please, Faraday, with a super strong attack. Earth-based attack. Aw, darn it, nothing gets reflected. Lane odds. And I do reflect some damage here. Alright, so it is 100%. That's good to know. So we'll recharge. And now the 100% damage reflection is gone. Also notice how the quicksand or whatever the sunburn hasn't landed. Ignition hasn't landed. Again, this is due to my torture immunity. Stamina void. So now I'm at a point where my reflection isn't working. So, man, it could actually work then. That's pretty cool. Let me try partnering up with commons again. I don't know, let's try another thing. This is a lot of fun. Overall though, I'm not that impressed with the Warmaster. I just do like this little mechanic I can abuse of 100% damage reflection, at least until maybe Social Point decides to change that to where the AI is smart enough to not attack. I don't know, we'll have to see what actually happens. Let's see if I could have potentially won this battle. Alright, I'm not going to revive just yet. Stamina Void, Healing Amulet. And this is where my mask... Ooh, Ultimate. I haven't even seen that. Deals very heavy thunder damage to enemy, applies shock to enemies, applies blind to enemies, 1 extra turn. 1 extra turn, let's do this. Alright, so there we have the blind. We have the sunburn landed on one of them, not on Faraday, that's fine. Recharge. Let's recharge myself. And look how I'm still alive. Keep in mind, my Babari is only level 100. He has a ton of life. I do have a level 7 life rune on him. But yeah, he's quite the tanky monster. I finally got a turn in. Okay, even though I'm facing an anticipation monster, let's see if I can blind him. Let's do Axing Chains. No, yep, blind landed. Lost 6,000 HP. Oblation Trap, I can recharge. Discomforting Bask. Missed thanks to the blind, which is why I do actually like the blind skill. So yeah, this monster, I'm thinking right now Rainbow build at level 100. I'm thinking Team Life, single life and Team Life. His trait really is there. You can get hit with torture effects. So bringing this monster with tanks does work. And 100% damage reflection, that's actually quite beautiful. Again, in this kind of player versus player scenario, how would it actually work in a war scenario? Well, you risk losing a coin, so not really. But in player versus player, these were fully, or are they? No, they're not fully ranked up. But these are some tough monsters. High level runes, 120 ruby, and I'm potentially, yeah, I could have won this battle. And again, you guys saw who I had a Hasai. I brought a Hasai with Team Life. Who does that? No one does that. And I potentially could have won. How crazy is that? Chained attacks for that minor blind, and Axing Chains for that singular blind. Oh, that missed. And yeah. How awesome is that? Let's recharge. Lane odds, let's see if it misses. It landed, but notice how Ignition has never ever landed. How cool is that? Let's exit out of the battle. Nope, didn't give me a chance. Ruby Explosion. Lost my monster. Could just revive him. And you know what? Because this is a video on Babari, no way he's gonna die. Let's bring him back from the dead. Total exhaustion, whatever. If you wanted to play Ignition, you wouldn't be able to. And yeah, let's do another battle. Alright, and so I decided to drop the Undertaker, replace him with a common monster, and let's see how this battle goes. And unfortunately that first attack missed, but look at that. Reflecting on everyone because I did get hit with an AoE. I'm waiting for that Talos to attack my common monster. Please attack my common monster. And then 100% damage reflection. Let's see. I feel like I'm going to kill him because he's going to kill me. So let's see this actually play out. All of these relics are activating, yada yada yada. Quartz Radiation, so he went AoE. Look at that, 71k. And the 35k, so depending on who he attacks, that's what gets reflected. So that's how the AoE works. Alright, not exactly what I wanted. I wanted him to singular attack my common monster. But hey, I guess that's fine. Reflection right there. And again, I'm not trying to win. So let's make sure I don't. What are their HP at? Okay, they're still looking okay. There's roots right there. 5,000, not a lot. So let me just speed this up. I got a churn in. I can't do anything. Lane odds. Reflected, ruby blades, reflected, 36k damage, and then all of this is going to be reflected too. 7,400 means to torture, that's fine. I have the trait for my whole team. Define target, this is 47k reflected. Talos is dead. So yeah, it's definitely usable at level 100 in a PvP scenario. I think you can definitely win with this monster partnered up with tanks. But I don't want to spend the entire video abusing that mechanic, which I honestly think is the best thing you can do with this monster at 100. So I'm just going to go ahead and rainbow build him, which is another thing you could do with this monster, and abuse his attacks, abuse some of the powerful attacks he has. So here's a rainbow build. Let's go out into PvP and test him out. And of course, in order to successfully do that, I will be using Elvira because that's really the only way to be able to fight against ranked up monsters. In this case, let's see what happens. Nishin might do the dark attack or the AoE evasion. Yeah, evasion, which isn't good for me. So I'm just going to have to recharge with my monster, which is fine. Because even if I do get attacked with that Faraday that has 2 level 10 strength runes, nothing's really going to happen to me. Well, yeah, I'll take some damage, but I'll reflect it back at the enemy. Oh, shoot. I could be in trouble. Let's see. Let's see. Stamina Void, 60k. And I guess he had too much of a shield. So this battle didn't work out how I wanted. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, here we go. We have a Fast Nishin's Pet, we have a Flammarion, we have a Talos. Let's see how this battle goes. Recharge or AoE? Yeah, recharge. Alright, let's utilize some of my skills. So right now, Nishin's Pet, he could possess me. I don't want to get possessed. So I'm going to try and blind him. Let's see if I can land a blind. My blind did land. I don't want to activate his Oblation Trap. So that's all I'm going to do for now. And then if these monsters weren't artifact monsters, I would be able to do so much. Actually, I think I could almost kill the enemy Nishin's Pet. Honestly, I probably could. I could do chain attacks and then summon Thorder and he's dead. And I could always just do charge with Resonance to recharge, but no, let's attack. Let's see, let's do change attacks. If these monsters weren't artifact monsters, I would have landed a minor blind there. And then I could attack. No, I'm just going to recharge. That way I can do my extra turn skills again, thanks to Rossi God. So charge with Resonance. And then I have my extra turn skills again. So change attacks. Alright, and do you have any relics? Oblation Trap. Alright, so let's see. Summon Thorder, Axing Chains. Well, let's do Axing Chains. Let's just get rid of Talos. Unfortunately, it missed. Helium Mask activated too. And Oblation Trap. Wait, it didn't miss. Is there like some delay that I'm not noticing? Recharge, Soul Piercer, and look, it missed thanks to him being blinded. Ruby Blade. Oh no, that's gonna hurt. And then Fire Hack. Alright, he didn't attack. See, notice, oh, it did get reflected. 5,914. Let's speed this up. Shadow Yell, thank you for the damage increase. Keep in mind I have the tough trait, so I don't know, I'm not always gonna get hit with a possession, a freeze, or whatever. And keep in mind, no DLTs can land on any of my teammates. Thunderstruck, Summon Thorder, look at that. So powerful right now thanks to that buff. Thank you very much. Let's get rid of Talos. Let's just remove negative effects from my team. Does not make a summer. Let's activate Protecting Light on myself. Flesh Piercer, did get confused. Max Burn, that killed my monster. And that'll be it. And on to the next PvP. And so let's just end off with a battle and adventure map just to see my trait again, which again, I think that's what really shines. That 100% damage mirror. Let's recharge and let's see the AI just get wrecked by their own attacks. So look at that, 31,000 thanks to him attacking my common. Viper's Gaze, AoE, Reflect 16k. Yeah, the 100% damage reflection I think is his most usable thing at level 100. And then yes, he has his two skills that could back him up. The minor blind extra turn, the single blind extra turn, the AoE shock or the single shock. At level 100, that's really his main usability. I don't think he's really worth getting if you want him as a pure attacker. That's just my personal take on this monster from being able to use him for a short time. I am really looking forward to ranking him up to rank 5 to level 130 because I want to see his new skills. I know he has a skill that's supposed to counter anticipation monsters, so that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. So now I want to hear from all of you guys. What do you guys think about this monster? How usable do you think this monster is? Do you like this monster? Are you planning on getting this monster? Especially if you can only complete the first 2 floors and get 100 cells for him. Do you think Babari is worth it at level 100? How do you think he compares to the other Warmasters? Is he as good as the Necromancer? Is he as good as the Elvira? How does he compare to the Warmaster Zara? They have a similar trait, except he has a whole team immunity, whereas Zara has a status caster immunity. So what do you guys think about the damage mirror? It's pretty cool that it lasts for 2 turns. I thought it was only going to last for 1 turn. So with that being said, give me all of your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and be on the lookout for part 2 where I take Babari all the way to rank 5. With that being said, I'm Armor Gaming. Thanks again to Social Point for giving me all the resources to be able to make this video, and I will see you all next time.